Today we'll be doing an example code on just on the concepts of inheritance and abstraction. So I've started a class, so it's a main class, and then I've already created a geometric shape class and a sphere class. So what our application is going to do, it's going to represent a 3D shape as a concept. It's just to practice some of the concepts that we learn. So before we continue to JavaFX. So it's just a design of an inheritance hierarchy starting with a 3D shape and 4 derived classes. We may not do all of them, but we'll try to do them. We'll see how much time we have. So the 3D shape is an abstract class and has a name. So the 3D class is an abstract class, it has a name. And for each derived shape, it stores attribute data about its dimensions and provides methods to access and modify this data. It computes each shape's volume and surface area. A driver class with an array reference for 3D shapes is also created. So we'll just start off with the geometric shape class. So we'll start just by defining the class. So public class, it's an abstract class, so public abstract class geometric shape. It'll have a protected string name variable. Then we'll just create a constructor. Public geometric shape. Take a string name as a parameter. And we'll say this.name equals name. Then we'll create some abstract methods. So public abstract returns a double volume. Sorry, this is a new keyboard. It's not like my laptop, so it's like a big keyboard. So then we'll create another method, public abstract double surface area. Public abstract double set dimensions. Don't forget the semicolon in an abstract or interface for the methods. Since it's abstract. So set dimensions, actually just don't need to do that, we can just do that. So then public abstract double get dimensions. Set dimensions, actually we can pass a parameter. What can we pass? We can pass double user dimension. We could do more than one because it depends, because like for example our sphere only has one user dimension, but other shapes might have more, so it kind of depends on whether you want to do that or not. But we could just do it for now and just see how it goes. So we'll do get dimensions, and then we'll do public abstract toString 2. Public abstract string toString, sorry. Save that. Then we'll go to our sphere class. So public class sphere. We'll extend our geometric shape, so extends geometric shape. Public class sphere extends geometric shape. We'll have a private final double variable call it temp 1 equals 4.0. Then we'll say private final double temp 2 equals 3.0. Then we'll just create a private double of call it radius, and then a private scanner scan equals, no, just private scanner scan. Okay, yeah, we'll set the whole thing. So private scanner scan equals new scanner. So we can take some input from the user. We'll pass system.in. For the input stream, I think we have to input something here. Include, no, not include. Import java.util.scanner. Private scanner scan equals new scanner system.in. Then we'll do public sphere, so we'll do the constructor. Public sphere, we'll pass in a variable, so double radius. So then we'll call our super constructor and pass in sphere for the name. And then we'll say this dot radius equals to radius. Could we put user dimension in here? We could. But like I said, some of them have more than one. So let's say double user dimension then. Is that in our constructor? Double sphere, no, that's down there. So super sphere. Actually, yes, we will. Wait, no, this dot radius equals radius. That's okay, it's fine for now. Super sphere, this dot radius equals radius. And we'll just do the volume. Public double volume. No parameters. So double V formula. Then S formula. No, sorry. V formula equals temp 1 divided by temp 2. There should be 2 parentheses here. Then times math dot pi times math dot pow of radius to the second power, third power. Then we'll return V formula because it returns a double. So then we'll do public double surface area double S formula, then S formula equals to temp times, no, temp 1 times math dot pi times math dot pow. and then radius to the second power. It's done, and then we'll do public double set dimensions. Then we'll pass double user dimensions or dimension. Then we'll say this dot radius equals user dimension. Then we'll return user dimension. Originally I had set up this code to take input from the user. That's why I did the scanner. But this way we get to pass in a parameter here, so we'll just try this for now. This way is kind of better, because usually when you have a setter method, a mutator method, then you're going to just set it from the object when you call the object, so we'll just do it that way. Then we'll just do the toString. Public string, toString. Then we'll return super.name. Plus we'll do a new line tab, escape sequence. We'll just type in volume. We'll say plus volume method. Then we'll say plus surface area. Plus backslash tab. Plus we'll call surface area. Okay, so then now we'll save that, just save that, and then we'll go to our next class. What's wrong with this? Oh, did we forget one? I think we forgot one method. Set dimension, so we'll just do public double get dimensions. Then we'll return, I think, radius. Return radius. That's okay, we could've, nah, that's fine. So that should be okay now. Do we use a scanner? No, we'll just comment it out. Comment that out. Okay, so now should be fine. Maybe we should just, instead of doing all the shapes, which will take a while, we can just get something going in our driver class. So, because there's like there's cube, there's a cylinder, there's triangular prism, and then there's sphere. So we just did the sphere. We did the geometric shape abstract class. So let's try doing it. Let's do a new class. So we'll create a new class. If you're using IntelliJ, just go to your SRC folder, or if you're using Eclipse, it should be the same thing. VS Code might be the same thing too. Right click SRC and then new, and then Java class. So for IntelliJ, it's exactly that. It might be something else in those, because those are like kind of Eclipse feels really old. That's why I don't like using it. Also, it's laggy unless you disable like all your security from like PowerShell if you're using Windows. But Eclipse to me feels like it's like from the 90s or something. It's like Windows, like something from like Windows XP or like Windows ME. So it feels really old. but that's okay. So we'll just do new Java class. We'll call it 3D shapes dot Java. Just make that bigger. Whoops. Okay, public class 3D shapes. So we'll just write it down. Write it again. Public class 3D shapes. We'll import the scanner here again. Import java.util.scanner. Then we'll say private scanner scan equals new scanner system.in. And we'll say private double user dimension 1. I don't know if we need all these, but we might just need one for now. So we'll just do a space for now, and we'll say private string. We'll call it user choice. Private string user choice equals. Just do empty quotations if you want. You don't have to do that. Excuse me. Then we'll do private string user exit equals quotations. I just set it to empty string. Sometimes it looks easier, but it's up to you. You don't have to do that. So then we'll do private geometric shape. We'll create an array here. So we'll create an array of geometric shape to store our data. So we'll just say private geometric shape array. We'll call it something. Just call it like geometrics or something. Then in our constructor, we'll just say we'll call our class name to make our constructor public 3D shapes. No parameters, I think. Then we'll just system.out system.out.println enter y to set your own dimensions. Then here we'll say user choice equals scan.next line. Then we'll just do a while loop while true. We could have said while user choice equals y as well. That's okay, we'll just do it this way. While true, we'll put its if statement. If user choice dot equals y. Why am I putting 2 dashes there? Do I need to do that? Yeah, maybe. Okay, that's okay. So, if user choice equals y, actually I think that should be like that, since it's a character. And if user choice dot equals y, we'll say geometrics. We'll just actually, let's just name, okay, that's fine, we'll just call it geometrics. You could call it array or whatever, but we'll say geometrics equals to new geometric shape. So, private geometric shape array, geometrics. Then we say geometrics equals to new geometric shape. Can't spell anymore, since I stopped writing essays in university. So new geometric shape. Then we'll just instantiate this array to 8 elements. So that should work. It is an abstract class, but they're just null references right now. It's empty. So we could just do geometrics of index 0 equals to new sphere. Is that gonna work? It is gonna work. So in sphere we said we're gonna take a radius. This dot radius equals to radius. This dot radius equals to radius, so that's okay. So 5, okay, so we're just gonna enter, that's like a hard-coded one. Then here we could say system.out.println, enter a radius for a sphere, enter a decimal such as 5.0. We could say like 6.4. We could also change this to while user if user choice dot equals ignore case. So it could be either Y or capital Y. While equals ignore user choice dot equals ignore case. So then, what am I getting here for that? Hold on, let's just go back here. If is always false, yeah, I know it is always false, but that's okay. Equals, okay, we'll just go back, we'll say equals ignore case. Why do you have to change it to that way? Okay, that's weird. Is equals just like that too? I thought it was just one quotation, or maybe it can just be both, depending on what you want to do, maybe. Or not. Okay, so it is just one. So equals ignore case Y. So it can be either lowercase y or capital Y. It's when the user enters the keyboard, it's not just going to run on a lowercase y. It can work if it's lowercase or uppercase. So we've entered an input, we've hard-coded 1, and then we'll ask them to input 1 too. So we'll just say user dimension 1 equals to scan.next double. User dimension 1 equals scan.next double, and then we can say geometrics of 2, or we could just say geometrics of 4 equals to new sphere with user dimension 1 in here. So I'm going to skip the rest of the shapes because we haven't done all of them, or else we would have filled the whole array. So we can now loop through the array. So if user choice equals this, then we'll say so if user choice dot equals ignore case. Are we still in the if statement? Yes, I think we are. So we'll loop through the data here. So for in I equals 0, I is less than geometrics dot length I plus plus. Then we'll just system dot out dot print line geometrics of square bracket I. Can do a for each loop too. So we could have said for geometric shape. For geometric shape. Just call it like J. Let's call it J. Geometric shape is equal to geometric shape J is equal to geometrics. We could have system.out.print. We could have print geometrics of just print geometrics. That should work like that. No? Yes. System.out.geometric, so Alt Shift Enter. So geometric is equal to, okay, so it's copy that. So instead of geometric shape J equals to geometrics, it's geometric shape, yeah. We did it right, geometric. Okay, geometric shape. This would have been called J, right? Because it's calling it just geometric. What did we call geometrics? Anything? No? Geometric. No, it's called geometrics. Yeah, so our array is called geometric. So yeah, we did the right thing. Why didn't it work then? System.out.print geometric. For geometric shape, geometric is equal to geometrics. Oh, I think, yeah. Is that where we should have just print out J? I think that works. We'll just print. So yeah, this for each loop works. You just have to reference the variable that you created that references array instead of referencing the array here. So we'll just put a system.out print line. We'll just put a \t here in quotations just to space it out. And then system.out user exit equals scan.next line. Okay, end app. So here we can, if our if ends here. So while true, if user choice, okay, so we'll say system.out, dot print line, we'll just type see you later. Then we'll just say user exit equals scan.next line. Did we do anything with user exit? Yet, no, we have not. So we'll just say if true, break, then else, break. Whoops. I'm missing a square bracket for, let me put that one here. If true, break. Okay, we'll just run that and see how it works. Hopefully we don't blow up our computer here. System.out.print line. So we have a while loop. Okay, we're just running it on while true. That's okay. Variable pi line 23. Return S formula. So just if I forgot that, just in return S formula. Okay, run that, save it. Cannot find or load class main. Oh, sorry, we forgot our driver class. So let us just quickly do that. So we'll say public class main. Then we'll just do a command line. Public static void main string array args. Then we'll say 3D shapes equals new 3D shapes. save that and run it. Enter Y to set your own dimensions. Enter radius for a sphere such as 6.4. Let's enter 6.4. So we got something. So sphere, you calculate our volume for 1 and surface area. So what happened here? We said 3D shapes and we just inputted some, we inputted our radius here, right? 5.0. And then we hard coded, so only 0 and the 0th index and the 4th index printed out. We did it twice, right? So we did a for each loop. We did a for loop and then we did a for each loop. Just to show both ways. Because sometimes like you might need both, or just cool to know both of them. So one radius is holding a sphere. So we'll just go back up. Enter radius for spheres such as decimal, such 6.4, that's right there. We enter 6.4, so it's gonna save that. We could have did a space after that, but that's okay. A new line. But then we'll just say geometrics of 0 equals to that radius. So there's only 8 elements in this array, index 0 to 7. So here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4th index, 5, 6, 7. And we hard coded 1 with the volume and surface area, and then we asked for the dimensions for the other one. Whoops. Of the so we asked for the dimensions for the other sphere that we created, because this array is holding objects, right? It's holding sphere objects in this array. So then it asked us to enter the dimensions. We entered 6.4. Then with those dimensions, it calculated the volume and the surface area for us and stored that in the array for us. Which then the 5th, 6th, and 7th indexes are all set to null. Because if you don't set an array, the rest of the index just become null. So we'll take a break for now. Then we'll come back and do the rest of the shapes. Okay, see you in part 2. Thanks.